Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, children of Earth. Good morning. Rainbow tickles and hugs and kisses to everybody. Good morning. We're so excited to be a part of this glorious new morning. I don't know if anybody's watched that show. It was an incredible movie a really long time ago. And the beautiful actor, one of my very favorite actors, Robin Williams. Everybody remember him? He's a great actor, great comedian, profound light worker. He came with such great talent. He was an absolute starseed. He brought us all into another frequency of self-excitement and self-evolution. So just watching him and allowing himself to be himself in so many different ways with so many different people really touched the hearts of so many around the world. And he he taught us the self-exuberance and the uniqueness and the genuine authenticity that somebody like him was such magnetic genius. He called in so many different ideas and inspirations through his higher self that he was really connected with and brought it forward in the most beautiful way. For him, his creative expression was making others laugh and making others feel okay at whatever they were kind of feeling and going through. And he pulled on those energies from those around him, and he made it a laughable story so that we can kind of relax into ourselves and have ourselves kind of feel more accepted within what we were going through. So he's always been a great treasure to my heart. And the grace that he showed throughout all of his life and his challenges, being that open and being that accessible to energy as an empath that he was, would have been undeniably challenging. But he turned it into a strength, and his strength was bringing comedy and lightheartedness and joy and happiness through the challenges of being human and being an experiential being. And so that's what we wanted to talk about today. We're going to go through a lot of clearing, so just sit back and allow yourselves to be loved and massaged with the highest vibrational beings and the highest vibrational loving light beings. We've got the beautiful archangels and beautiful Archangel Metatron, who's going to be supporting us in all of these beautiful transitions into higher versions of ourselves, higher vibrational coding. So just intend to have your heart open and all of the beautiful experiences that you are as a beautiful being of light, opening up all of your chakras and just having the light flow and bathe through you with every breath. Focus on your breath, focus on calling in light, focus on calling in alignment, focus on calling in your reconnection to yourself, because that's what we're going to talk about today. And with that, we're going to, what will be speaking through me is through the guidance of Lord Metatron and the Holy Mother and Father. So there will be a lot of clearing, because many of you are going to be speaking and sharing of yourselves in different ways. So as a conduits are interpreters and communicators on behalf of the life pockets that they sit within, and interpreting, discerning, describing, storytelling, the all. So it's the micro macro that we have expertise within to unfold the energetic songs, the energetic collective vibrations of what we're all kind of working through. Thank you, Spirit. All the things that we're working through to become greater collective oneness. We all know and we all feel what's been going unfolding and breaking in our collective, and it's really meant to. And so we're meant to celebrate those moments of great challenge, of great upheaval, as challenging as they might be, to force us to look at what was really before the breaking, what illusions and what stories were we embedded within that we just really weren't okay with. Because at the soul level, whether it be a governmental story, whether it be a medical story, whether it be a human to human story, whether it be an earthly to human story, how Gaia is threaded with every part of our becoming. She is we are the vessels of her excursions that she wants to show us. And we want to be those storytellers for Gaia, what we experience with Gaia, how we connect with Gaia, how we reconnect with Gaia, how we allow Gaia to be a part of this beautiful journey. The human experience thus far has been a very separative experience. That was the experiment of this planet, to see how far out beings of the Holy Source, beings of the One Creator, would be in an experience of of co-creation in and of itself, and then to waken into its remembrance of spirit, its remembrance of being harmonized back into the family of love, back into the family of who we are as spirit, as God. There is always love, there is only love. There is always light, there is only light. When we cover those experiences with veils and with stories and with beliefs that aren't necessarily who we are, we each get to go on a journey of choice and free will as to seeking that out, seeking it within who we are. The outer world is those visions and those sounds and those extracurricular touch points of what we're manifesting from within, who we are within. There's an infinite aspects of who we are. There's infinite aspects of our perspective. And they were showing me that a great little statement is that when you come to an earth and you come to any planet in any realm, in any dimensional thread, any vibrational thread that you want to experience, because they're threads and they're bandwidths of experience. When you choose to do that as a creator, with the creators is excited for you to create something and be a part of the creational story of the all, the omnipresent. Whether you're from this universe or another universe, there is the creator of all that is cascading creators, cascading the love and light, but it is only the one creator. And there's that initial excitement to be who you are, the initial excitement to explore, express, and experience throughout any dimension of creatorhood, throughout any thread of creatorhood. And then it's like your soul is broken into a million pieces. And through your journey and your sojourns of creation, you're picking up those pieces of yourself. And through the outer experience, they're showing us, what part did I fragment? What part did I deny? What part did I suppress? What part did I exclude? And why you have those constant stories returning to you, why you have those constant examinations returning to you. And so take a deep breath, dear lighted ones. These are beautiful reconnections. And so that is that's our topic today. And many of the beings throughout our galaxy and our celestial families, particularly, thank you, Holy Spirit, the Lyrians and the Andromedans and Sirians and Arcturians, and of course the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians are just showing that they're stepping back because they want to allow a lot of the other celestial bodies. Pleiadians is our closest sisterhood and brotherhood, because they are the ones that are kind of opening the gates for us through this ascension, as well as all the infinite other beings, but they are our closest representation in the celestial family. And so they're allowing all of these other beautiful families and celestial galactic families, many that we don't even have names for. So they're showing me a name, CERAS, and I'm sure it's a star center. It's a star. They're showing me it as a star, as CERAS, and also Centauri. And they're just saying the celestial beings from Avatar. It's a star system that we are not yet familiar with. We are beings of great light, and we carry great omnipotence. And we're allowing this blanket of love to be placed over all of you as you connect with these energies today. So just open your heart and just intend connection. Open your heart and intend connection. That is what our topic is today. And it's a profoundly healing experience. When you just sit with beautiful honor of who you are, making it this far on the ascension journey, to remember who you are, to recollect who you are, to recollect who you are, to remember who you are. You are parts of the membrane. The membranes are those aspects that kind of fill the outer of what is inner. So you're parts of the inner and the outer. Remember the cellular, the micro, and the macro, all aspects of whatever we've been broken into a million times over. We're now recollecting ourselves, and everyone before you is a part of that recollection. Everyone before you is an aspect and a fragment of yourself that you can allow yourself to recollect and remember. I remember who you are one with me. And this reconnection and this recollection of who we are as spirit, like every petal that is on a flower, it's required and needed. Every seed that is within the soils, it's needed. All of those aspects are the beautiful color and the palette that allows us to experience what we are known in this human experiment, if you will, creational experiment. They're correcting me, because all beings and all consciousness throughout all creation, they are threaded with us in this experiment. So they are vibrational overseers, and they're threaded with us in all things. They are showing me right now that we uplift all of creation when we live from this inner space of recollecting and remembering who we are. that connection of who we are. And it sends out these light pulsations and vibrations that not only heal the vibrational shields and the fields of who we are, the etheric field, the astral field, the celestial field, all of those energetic experiences that most cannot see, conduits we tap into, conduits we can discern, conduits we differentiate between what's really going on within and without, breakages in the fields, breakages in the aura, all of those things, the rips and the tears that occur through a very traumatic timeline and lifetime, as well as any other timelines and lifetimes, and why everything is occurring right now. But as you live from this sacred space within the center of who you are, really reconnecting with all of your chakras, reconnecting with how you feel as being a beautiful vibrational being that is truly spectacular amongst all of creation that we've taken really for granted. Because it's been such a challenging journey, we're kind of placed in this experience of, I would really like that experience to experience Earth and to see what I can create with Source Creator, not knowing that I'm Source Creator in the beginning, being shown stories, being projected rules, being projected dogma, being projected the outer reality. And then it's up to any one person to then design who they are from within, which is really, if you look at it in an introspective way, and from the outer perspective, that's really incredible. If we were to turn it on another experience, if you have an animal or an experience of any aspect of life that has a suffocating environment of such projected negativity, fear, and separation ideals and ideologies and beliefs, to have that element of life transcend it and create something totally new in and of itself is a miracle. And each and every one of you, because I know many of you, each and every one of you have come with such profound experiences and examinations and explorations throughout our entire multiverse. And many of you have had very traumatic life experiences. And those life experiences, although very harmful and damaging to think of any one experience of abuse, many of you have gone through abuses over and over and over again. Many of you are old souls and have been here over and over and over again. And what that does is it causes the display of who you are in different ways to be hurt and damaged. And we say damaged in a way of the pristineness of what you are and have potential of, the infinite potential of who you are, has been bruised. And that's why we say that when you're working within negative thought patterns, when you're continually allowing yourself to self-harm through negative self-talk, negative self-beating yourself up vibrationally, mentally, physically, and whether you're doing it through habitual self-harm patterns, whether it be addictions, the disregard and the abandonment of your spiritual body through really toxic and malevolent sexual behaviors, mistreatment of your life force and your spiritual body, all of those create damaging energies on the wholeness of you, the reconnection of you. And so when you're moving through your life experience, and why you are shaken sometimes is to reconnect with those parts of you that you had forgotten or suppressed or veiled because it was so traumatic. And so the importance and the value of daily self-care to reconnect yourself with intention on all that you are as a multidimensional being can be profoundly healing, and you get to walk yourself through this journey. So I'm here to bring you profound hope that regardless of what you've been through, regardless of what you can remember or not remember, because your memories will start to come forward as you're pulling up the subconscious and you're making it more conscious. That's what awakening really is. All of those suppressed memories, all those suppressed ideologies you were fed, all of those suppressed beliefs and dogmas, that is not the liberation of spirit. Creation is evolutionary. It's very simple. Creation is evolutionary. And you have infinite potentials to experience any level of creation. If you have an excitement to experience the Pleiades in a beautiful animal form, you'll have that experience. You can place your consciousness within it, or you can birth it with spirit. That is how profound and dynamic we are, as well as the beingness of us being on this planet, to reconnect and re-engage the million aspects and fragments of us that have been jetted out everywhere because of these harms, these disconnections that we've had, from who we are as spirit. We're divine beings of blessedness. We're divine beings of sacredness. We're divine beings of memory and feeling ourselves back and forth throughout this creational journey. And we've been sold and shown and told and chosen to take on stories that make us feel very disconnected from spirit. And as I've said right from the beginning, any ailment that you find on our planet, any disease that you seek on our planet, or that is within you or within your family, everybody has one that they know that is diseased, an illness or an imbalance or a disorder. It is created through the internal disconnection of who you are as spirit. And it has nothing to do with religion. It never did. That is the biggest profound lesson and the journey and the experience that many wanted to take this lifetime, because this was the lifetime that they chose through all lineages of thousands and thousands of years across all galaxies. The ideologies of beliefs about what God is, that will be completely broken, and the gates will be have opened up within you. So everything that is a metaphor and a parable is within you. The gates of heaven are within you. The ideologies and the metaphors of who you thought you were, what you were told, and what you were shown and sold, those were merely specks of a veil that is only one tiny, tiny perspective of an experience that you chose to take. The infinite myriad of pieces of who you are, whether you chose to be a Presbyterian, whether you chose to be a staunch Catholic, whatever it might be that is a definition, it does not matter. That was a perspective that you wanted. Because there will have been a point, there will be a point, whether it's now or a future timeline, that you will break that box open and choose the allness of all. It was a perspective, it was a view, just like putting on a piece of clothing that you thought was fashionable and now it's not fashionable anymore. Religion was a part of how we defined ourselves. It was how we allowed ourselves to move and navigate and understand our reality. They were based on texts that were brought down from those like myself that were channeling higher vibrational informations and wisdoms. However, they were only taken from the consciousness level of those that had written the text, those that were chosen to write the text. Again, they were reincarnated masters. So they had the higher access to spirit. They had the higher access to sensing information, to knowing their world around them. Jesus's multidimensional field was very colorful. He could sense into the stories of the planet. He could sense into the stories of the earth. He was an open conduit. He was able to sense into the fields and what was wounded and how to heal it. Multidimensional healers and conduits and empaths have that same ability to sense, to know, to feel. And when we're reconnecting with ourselves, the main channel of it is the heart chakra. The heart chakra is that beautiful diamond, the divine sacred heart, is that portal, is that mechanism that allows you that processing center of the infinite potentiality of who you are as a being of emotion. We disregarded our emotions because of the outer reflections and the outer projections and the outer stories that we felt we had to suppress and change and alter to make sense of our reality, to make sense of who we were in our reality. Those of us that have come very unique, like Robin Williams, those of us that have come very eccentric and eclectic and vibrant, there's been those stories and those those reactions from others that was like, well, what are you doing? Who are you? Why are you so vibrant? Why are you so happy? Why are you so this? Why are you actually get projected harm and hate because you're happy. You actually get projected harm and illusion because you're going outside of what a dogmatic box says you are. Or to be accepted, you must do this and you must create certain rituals and you must do this and you must do that. They're all very, very well and good, but it's only a speck of what is creation. There's a million aspects of you. Why not get to know them? There's infinite aspects of you. Why not to get to know that? Why not reconnect with it? Regardless of what the beliefs are, that's a perspective that you chose to take on just for a moment, but it can be different in the very next moment. You are the master of that. And the heart mechanism is that beautiful portal that reconnects it and harmonizes it. That's why your heart chakra is so very important, to reconnect with your life again. And a good way to do this, and really, if you go through any part of reflection and observation of your life, because that is mastery. Why are you feeling what you're feeling? What is being triggered within you? Why are you going through what you're going through? Why did you manifest what you manifested? Look at it from an infinite number of perspectives. If you really want to be a master, you really want to navigate mastery, those are the reflective questions, and they're infinite. Because in any given moment, you're going to be remembering and recollecting those energies, those fragments, those stories, those remembrances, those wounds, those notions, those visions, whatever it might be, because we're multidimensional beings and we can feel and sense and know in a multidimensional patterns of newness, especially with the realms, because these plasma realms are moving with us fluidically. So they will be touching on and they will be activating various parts of our multidimensional. So they're just showing me like a switchboard. It's like a switchboard of energy, a switchboard of interpretation, a switchboard of experiential palette of grandioseness. And we're allowing ourselves to remember that. However, because there's been so much staunched repression and oppression about who we are as these beautiful, creative, dynamic, expressive beings, wanting to express ourselves eclectically, wanting to express ourselves vibrantly, and because it's been out of the conformity of normalizing into stagnation, and that just seems to be the norm. So when things get shaken up, that begins to trigger fear, and that's what we see in the collective. When things are breaking up, and what we thought was stable and solid is not really. They're false systems of illusion, many false systems of corruption. And that's why when there is light and truth being spoken, many of the corrupt underground experiences, many of the corrupt underground systems of monetary and financial sway that is in our collective are threaded with everything, especially politics and the judicial system. And we get to ask ourselves these questions to really shake it all up from the core of who we are, and then begin seeing and pretending and portending and creating and imagining new, beautifully aligned integrous systems where we're actually aligned with the higher versions of who we are. Because our chakras, our bodies, our cells, our light fields, our etheric fields, all that we are connected with, all that is, it's a recollection of integrity. Because we want truth, we want peace, we want safety. I want to feel the beings from all the way in 5 light years, 12 light years, 100 light years away. Why can't I? I can. I am. So there's no limitations. There's no boxes. And when we face a moment of a boxing, say that is your belief, but that's not mine. I choose to be eclectic. I choose to be unique. I choose to be opposite of conformed. Everyone is available to their own belief systems, but you get to recollect that power. You get to recollect that memory of vibrational infiniteness, and you get to be anew, because that wakes up the body of the densities, that wakes up and shatters the calcium deposits, the bruises on your aura, the rips and tears on your aura from allowing others with lower vibrational beliefs that just want to pull and tear at you to get your energy or to get your light or to get your ideas or to get your money, to get your body, because at a subconscious level, they know that your life force is feeding them. And what I have gone through is a group and a collective of people that absolutely knew what they were doing, and they were doing very corrupt and malice intended things to stagnate me, to keep me blocked, to keep me running in mental chaotic circles. And I was one of the lucky ones that broke away. I was one of the lucky ones that reclaimed my power, that reclaimed my voice, reclaimed my energy, severing all of those ties and the soul connections that are usually linked throughout many lineages and timelines. So it's not just from this timeline. It's not just from connecting unknowingly. None of this was done with my permission. None of this was done with my knowing. It was all done behind the scenes through lying, deceit, and manipulation. Those understanding who I was and wanting to make absolute business out of it through corruption and using it as corruption and building a business on it and doing nefarious things with other people's light and with other people's energies without people knowing it. And that is what is corrupt. When you're not taking the permission of someone to play in those energies, whether it be many have experienced 3rd and 4th party engagements. When you have a partner that, or even if it's a friend, if you have a friend that is with you in one respect, but then chooses to do a whole different thing underground behind closed doors, you can see the deceit in their field. You can feel the deceit in their voice. You can feel the deceit in their words. You can feel the deceit in their stories. Because deceit is not clear. It's shadowy, it's vague, it's smoke and mirrors, it's confusing, and it runs itself in circles because it has nowhere else to go. Light is expansive, light is truth, light is clear, light is simple. Truth is truth, it's very simple. It's not built in around these corruptive stories. And then you're having to remember, what story did I say last? What did I have to do last? It runs itself in circles. And that's when it implodes upon itself, because that's darkness. Darkness implodes upon itself. So breaking free is allowing yourself to accept and acknowledge and allow all that you are as beautiful and sacred and divine, and then calling it back in to say, what did I learn from that? Well, I'm going to learn not to give my power away. I'm going to learn to really discern intuitively and reclaim my intuitiveness, my intuitive genius. I'm going to reconnect with my intuitive abilities, with those parts of me that discern red flags, with those parts of me that discern where there's wounding, discern when someone's speaking through a wound, discern when someone is speaking through their truth or their heart. And you can discern all of this and then recollect that power and live from that power. And that will save anyone that is going through, especially the children, anyone that has been in situations that are very, very vulnerable. And they're being told stories from those that are, supposedly a part of the community and abusing their power and using them, whether it's human trafficking or sex trafficking, or whether you're even on a date and you're going out on a date and someone is giving you these intentions and these feelings and these stories that do not feel pure intent. Because the world has become disconnected from who we are as sacred. If one is connected with who you are as sacred on a mental, emotional, etheric, kinetic, all of these beautiful things that we are as infinite spiritual beings, spirit has nothing to do with religion. Religion is a box that we placed it in. Doesn't matter how many religions, it doesn't matter how many boxes. Everything in creation is spirit. All matter is spirit. So take the box off and begin to discern who you are. Those boxes have a lot of beliefs around them that keep us limited. Spirit is spirit, period. And it is all matter, period. It's very simple. God is God, period. And anything that we describe as devil, anything that is made of a cult, are those warped and deranged beliefs, because derangement means it's taking itself from itself and staying there. I'm going to be cult-like, and I'm going to take myself out of goodness and love and peace, and I'm going to call in these dark entities to help me become more powerful in my darkness. Those are experiences, absolutely, and they're very real to those that are in them. But it is a false sense of power, because at some point, the multidimensional bodies will say enough is enough. And they will have breakages in their mental body, because their mental body is connected to the spiritual body. Their mental body is connected to their emotional body. And anytime that there is an intended malice, hate, or negativity, it will bring darkness to all that it is as a spirit. And it becomes what is called a dark entity or a dark spirit, which then calls in other dark entities and spirits to attach to it. And those dark entities and spirits just keep feeding darkness and malice. That is why a lot of the most darkest experiences on our planet, whether it be serial killers, whether it be psychopaths, whether it be sociopaths, they're all connected to these disconnections of who we are as spirit and the lack of nourishment and nurturance to the deep wounding that has occurred in the multidimensional experience. And they've chosen those soul stories on to be reflections of all within our collective, so that we can go within and start reconnecting who we are as spirit, reconnecting our chakras as spirit, reconnecting our sensing through spirit, reconnecting how we feel, how we're emoting our reality. If your mental and emotional body or any wound within you, the psyche, is wounded, you will absolutely manifest it in the outer world. And you will manifest the attraction of those that are equally imbalanced, where they have beliefs that their bodies are not sacred and they behave unsacredly. We're therefore connecting again, calling in dark entities to be those experiences, so that you look at it. Is this what I want my body to look like and feel like? Do I value my body enough to feel differently about who I am? These are not judgment statements. They're words that we have to describe energy and what truly goes on when the disconnection of spirit occurs, mentally, physically, emotionally, kinetically, psychically, etherically. Because we're multidimensional, etheric, multidimensional beings of allness, your infinite aspects of you. So if you're not allowing yourself to experience any one emotion, whether it be rejection, whether it be abandonment, whether it be not measuring up, all of those are about lack of self. So where do we heal these wounds is redesigning the sense of self, reconnection of the sense of self in any one disease or disorder or illness, because it will all be at the core of who you are as a multidimensional being. That belief is only like taking a piece of clothing off. That's what a belief is. Something you've taken on that does not suit the infiniteness of who you are. So take it off. That belief does not have to fit if you choose it not to. If you think that there is a dark entity that gives you power, that is an illusion and that is false. No entity gives you power. And why sacrifices are not necessary in those that believe in cult activity. And this is where everything in our reality will be rewritten, because there will be channels and mediums and conduits like myself that will bring forward higher multidimensional information to help heal those of sociopath or psychopath or serial killers. The most harmful experiences on our planet are each and every one of us that have been wounded, are each and every one of us that have to reconnect and reclaim who we are as spirit and understand the depths of those woundings to ever harm or hurt any aspect of life, because we've never been taught or told or shown that all life is sacred. All life is sacred. This planet, all planets, is sacred. And not only are you running the beliefs from this planet, whether it be a deranged and warped sense of self, like you do not belong and you're not accepted, absolutely is the veil of belief that you can choose just to take off, because you're absolutely always accepted. You're always spirit. You're always God. Nothing to do with religion. But it's up to each person to want that. It's up to each person to want to seek that. What is that belief I hold that would ever want to do that? What is that belief that I hold that I would ever want to do a sacrifice so that I can be more powerful? Well, you've always been powerful, so the sacrifice isn't really necessary. But because they've separated themselves from the spirit, which is impossible because you can't, but it's claiming yourself as love and light as spirit, and feeding and nourishing yourself with spirit, because spirit is always there. And we say spirit as the light of who you are. You have light aspects and you have dark aspects. So if you're always living in that dark aspect, it will just grow. And then you become warped, meaning that your bodies and how you look and how you feel is not crystalline and pure and solid and stable. So they're just words that we use. There's not judgments in these words. I'm speaking truth. That is energy, that is matter. So if your spirit is in negativity, the matter of that experience will be negative. It will be dark, it will be ill, it will be disordered, it will be imbalanced. So the matter is the experience of the energy. Your physical body, the matter of it is the experience of the energy. And it affects inner and outer. The outer environment has been shown to us to be the most important, which is absolute untruth. It is only a reflection so that we can change it and alter it and move anew. We were taught right from the earliest of our schools that every living experience is affected by the outer reality and it becomes it. No, it isn't. We become our reality. That's where we had it backwards. Lord Sananda. We are the light within all things, and we change and readjust our reality. That's why everything in our collective is changing, because the collective heart of humanity wants us to feel joy, wants us to feel hope, wants us to feel reconnected again. That's why we manifested the virus of separation. It showed us very blatantly about what do we believe about separation and unity. That's what that whole virus was about. Separating us from our health, separating us from one another, separating us from our planet, separating us from the nature and the wildlife, and all the stories that are threaded within that. If anybody wants to go back and do some metaphorical research, go back to the very instance that the virus was created and look at the story themes. There was animals involved, there was politicians involved, there was everything involved about how we believe who we are, and how do we design those stories about who we are? Who do we entrust in? Who do we give power to? The truths of these experiences will come forward, but dear lighted ones, blame and guilt none, because we are a collective of oneness and we created it so that we could face it. What did we create separation for? So that we could remember and recollect. These are powerful truths, dear lighted ones. There is only oneness, and there will always be light within it. In the beautiful experience I had this morning, I've got some channeled notes because they're so profound, and it's so profound to heal and to feel this love and vibration of who we are and not feeling lost and messed up in the emotion. We want you to celebrate it. We want you to feel alive again. That's why we have this experience and the experiment on earth, which is so profound. There are beings all across the creational multiverse that find it so incredible that we have such a vast array of emotion, that we are so vibrationally and emotionally potentialed. There's so much potential within us with our emotionals. And we've been disconnected from them. So usually when people are around light workers or channels, they feel differently because it's the first thing we connect with is the energy of the emotional spirit, the emotional love. The spirit connects all things. The spirit is the only thing that quickeneth. Anything that's used to quickeneth, like an outer additive or a drug or an addiction, all of those are just the supplements of what you really are as spirit, that you've told yourself you're not connected with, and you are. And so don't allow the words and the stories and the beliefs to define you. And especially if you're around those that call in such negative dark experiences, sever yourself from those experiences and move on. You've had that experience, to open it. Don't feel guilty. Don't blame yourself. Forgive yourself. But just know that they were there to teach you the very depths that you can explore, giving your power away, seeing different versions and different truths that people choose to exist within. All that you are, every cell is spirit. Every ounce, everything within every ounce, everything within every aspect of matter, all is spirit. And you can connect with it, reconnect with it in a loving way. Ask spirit, ask the creator to befriend in that connection. I'm asking spirit, mother and father and the holy creator, all that is loving spirit, I choose to reconnect with you. Will you be my friend? And if you say that with your heart just open and purely in love with you, and you might not feel it at first because we've never been taught how to love ourselves, how to nurture ourselves, how to soothe ourselves. But when you've been through hell and back many, many times, you wouldn't wish anything of your experiences on anybody else. That shows that you're compassionate to yourself, and you can recollect and reconnect with who you are and say, yeah, that was a horrible, horrible time. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but I love myself so much, so I just want to help. I want to help anybody reconnect with who they are as spirit. And spirit, mother, father, God, the creator, source creator, spirit of all, spirit, Metatron, archangels, my celestial teams, my celestial families, the holy Gaia, my ancestors. May every breath be because I'm so grateful for you for helping me remember. Thank you for helping reconnect me to my heart, to my throat chakra. When I speak spirit, I love spirit. When I speak spirit, I'm amazed by spirit. When I speak spirit, I love my body. When I speak spirit, I love my mind. When I speak spirit, I'm remembering who I am as a multidimensional being. When I speak spirit, I hear earth and nature and wildlife again. I'm reconnecting with all that is life, and my body becomes alive and healthy and well. A healthy body is a connected body. A healthy mind is a connected mind. I am powerful and I'm aligned and I'm expansive beyond all belief. I choose to release any beliefs that hold me back and keep me limited. And I release all those that feel they need to clutch onto me for their own survival. And I know, and I send them empowerment and inspiration that they have light within. I see all humans on my planet as my brothers and sisters. I'm reconnecting with all of them through my heart space. I allow myself to set up healthy boundaries, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, so that I maintain that loving connection with who I am as spirit. I reconnect my solar plexus with my heart. I reconnect my sacral chakra with my heart. I reconnect my root chakra and my earth chakra and my soul star chakra, and 352 chakras that I am absolutely honoring and reconnecting to the heart center of who I am. And I ask the Holy Spirit and Mother, Father, will you be my friend? Take a deep breath. Will you be my friend? Will you be my friend? Will you be my friend, Holy Mother, Father? Will you bathe me? Will you remind me what it feels like to be whole? Will you remind me what it feels like to talk to nature, to hear the songs of the earth? Will you be my friend? And spirit is crying out, I love you, I love you. Dear children, you have never been loved. You've never truly been loved because everyone before you has been broken and disconnected. Will you be my friend? Call in Mother, Father, will you be my friend? I choose to be connected with the earth. I choose to be connected with all life, all children. All life is sacred. I choose to release all that has been dark and negative and disconnected and warped and deranged because I didn't know I was whole. I didn't know I was so sacred. Will you make me feel loved again? Will you make me feel safe? Will you make me know that my mother and my father love me? And they are safe with me and they would never harm me? Will you forgive them if they harmed me? Will you forgive them if they hurt me and they beat me? Will you forgive them if they touched me and they took my innocence? Will you forgive the ones that chanted hate over me? Will you forgive the ones that chanted so much harm and sent so much darkness to me? Will you forgive the ones that have harmed another? We forgive our disregard to animals and nature as we reconnect with who we are, for all life is sacred and we hold it dear. I reconnect with all life. I reconnect with the sacredness of all life. Will you love me? Yes. And take a deep breath, dear lighted ones. Connect yourself with the heavens. All chakras are connected. All chakras are connected. All chakras are connected. Ground yourself with the loving earth. I'm connected. Will you be a friend to yourself? When the inner child and the inner friend of you within you says it's time to leave, it's time to go, it's time to let this friendship, it's time to let that relationship go, will you listen? I will respect my spirit and my body, and I will not allow anyone to take advantage of me mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. I reclaim all my light. I reclaim every thread that has ever been connected with any relationship that has been harmful and taking advantage of me. I reclaim it now, and I forgive everyone. And I send love to them, and I send the reconnection to them and all their hearts that have ever made them think that harming or taking or stealing or corrupting in any way of life has been okay, because they were so wounded. They were told things that were just not true. They did not see their sacredness. Will you love them, Mother, Father? Will you love them? They played a part of your story. It was necessary for you to reconnect with you. Send them love and light and forgiveness. And you will seek new ways to bring healing to all of your collectives that go through such pain. The disrespect of the planet, we give you great hope, dear ones. You are a sacred being on this planet, and your emotions help you create. So feel and be in honor of your emotions. Never suppress them. They are who you are in life. Your emotions are the vibrancy of life. Accept when you feel angry, and write and sing and create and go swimming and feel that energy move through your body, but never unto another, never unto any animal or life, for they do not deserve your wounding. Reconnect with who you are. Reconnect that anger back to love. It's an emotion. It allowed you to feel something new and different. It allowed you to express a story that needed to be expressed, to be shared, to be loved. Nobody had the right to harm you or take from you in the way that they did. But that's what they knew. And they were misguided. They were there to bring you to greater peace and love and compassion for who you are as spirit. And you are so very loved. When you ask for the friendship and the love of spirit, you will feel everything within you break open again. And your chakras will be oscillating faster, and you'll be reconnecting with your attunements. You'll be connecting with what you feel and what you sense again. And you'll be creating in a whole new level of manifestation. Connection is important. It's everything. And why we manifested what we manifested as a collective, and why we will see the corporations that are not connected to its people, and why the systems that will be rewritten are not connected with their people in kindness and compassion. They will all be shaken. For at every level of corruption, it will be shaken and it will be seen for what it is. How did we miss this? How did we miss human trafficking? How did we miss the sexual trafficking of children? And then to be paid and bought and sold as if they were a box off of a shelf. How do we disconnect from this? How do we disconnect when animals are killed to give someone in a wounded state power? How do we disconnect from kindness and compassion? We are here, dear lighted ones. We're here to reconnect, and I give you great hope. My team said many times, celebrate why I'm here, for many could not have made what I went through. The levels of hate that were impaled upon me, none would have survived. And I'm here to uplift, to help change laws, to help inspire the judicial system not to be political, to be humanitarian, not to be political, but to be earthly, to be celestial, to be heavenly. Where have we gone so wrong? How have we disconnected from the value and the sacredness and the honor of who we are? Each and every one of you play a part. Each and every one of you are here to be that connection with spirit within you, to help rewrite systems that are aligned with the highest of the heavens. Who are we as a collective? I bring you great hope. There are infinite beings across all galaxies and universes that are your friends. You are never alone. However your heart may feel, shut off and turned off, and you're walking as if you're a robot or a zombie, living in patterns and living in habits and living in disconnection. Just sit in silence and reconnect. Feel the softening of spirit. Just envelope you in love. Envelope you in joy to be you, joy to be vibrationally emotional. Write your emotions, dance your emotions, sing your emotions, share your emotions, have emotional sharing parties at your home. Provide food, provide the simplicity of just a chair, and share, connect, heal, offer compassion. You are going through tremendous timelines and lifetimes of healing, and it must be allowed to flow, healthy, with integrity, with guided intuition, and calling upon the highest masters of healing to hold your heart so dear and reconnect back with the earth. Every emotion, reconnect with the earth and love her whole, for she loves you. She will show you new ways to feel and new ways to eat, new ways to be beautiful and eternally youthful and powerful within yourself, that you need never ever to take or to harm any aspect of life, for you are fully connected. When you are fully connected with your light, you are a sight to behold, within and without, for your heart and your inner world is so beautiful and rich. And I'm here to remind you, dear lighted ones, dear children of earth, who are you? You are a sacred vessel. Your skin, every ounce, every inch of your body is sacred. Your mind is sacred. Your infinite emotions are sacred. Dance and sing this world back into color and back into reconnection of love and joy. Every child wishes to be loved again. Every child. I saw something just by a glimpse of these children, young children, that had been committed a crime of death to another. And these were children under the age of 14. And as they reconnected with who they are, the only cry they made was for their mother. For they had realized in the taunting and in the disconnection of what they had been shown and told and taught, and the abhorrent disarray of how we treat one another, and the harmful disconnection of our emotions and compassion. They had committed a very harmful act, and they only cried for their mother. May you each know that the Holy Mother loves you. She softens you. She is your friend. Reconnect, dear light. Let's reconnect. Remember who you are. I have been abused and I have been taken from in every way possible. I've been neglected. I've been ignored. I've been laughed at. I've been left for dead. I've been touched. I've been raped. I've been an alcoholic. I've had eating disorders. I've wanted to take my life so many times. I cannot. But I was also, I could know me. God will show me through. God rebuilds. God rebuilds. God, we rebuild you 100 times over. Reconnect with who you are. call in those soul fragments. I call in all soul fragments that were ever harmed, that were ever left out, that were ever abandoned, that were ever rejected, that were ever laughed at, that were ever stolen from, that were ever harmed, that were ever abused, that were ever taken from, that were ever molested. I call those parts. I'm an emotional being of love and light. I'm an infinite being of love and light, and I love who I am. I love who I am. Doesn't it feel good to be alive again? Allow yourself a beautiful drink of water, dear lighted ones. Allow yourself to clear those beautiful parts of you that you thought you had forgotten. And reconnect, reconnect, reconnect. I call myself back whole. I call myself back whole. I love myself. I love myself as beautiful, as sacred. Mother, Father are my friend. The earth is my friend. My celestials are my friend. Mother, Father. Metatron is rebuilding my Merkaba. Metatron is building my fields and my codes. For I am new. I am new. I am new. Allow yourself to be at peace over the next couple of days for these grand releases. Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit is loving you and guiding you. Ask the Holy Spirit to be your friend, and you will be brought to your knees in love. I bring you great hope, dear lighted ones. I am a healer. I'm a teacher. I'm a conduit. I was brought here to feel great things. It has brought me great, great, great sadness to see how we treat basic life. But I'm so happy that I'm able to feel such depths. If every ocean was piled onto itself, it would not explain the depths of care I have for life. And offer it to you. Reconnect, dear lighted ones, reconnect. Every drop of water, every flower, every seed, everyone before you is so sacred. Reconnect. So breaking the barriers of the infinite self, the emotional vastness that you can utilize all of the energies for your divine manifestation. So your emotions are meant to manifest. If you're feeling anger, just do it in a beautiful and calm and loving way. I allow this anger to flow through me. I'm so angry that they hurt me. I'm so angry that they took from me. I'm so angry that they were my friends and they betrayed me in every way. Just allow those expressions, whether you have to write it or do your own video, whatever you feel you need to express it in a safe and loving way so that you're using those energies to manifest a new life. I allow these energies to be released in a loving and calm, loving, self-loving way, for I want goodness on the other side of that anger. I want to see myself as renewed. I want to see myself as opening up all of this dense space and allowing great light in. So then you get to manifest from that lighted space instead of that regretful or resentful space. So just allow those emotions to know that as they flow, that you grow. As they flow, you grow. So as they were showing me, remember that you're connected with the all. As you heal and reclaim your voice and reclaim your beautiful connected spirit in whatever way that you do. What a beautiful healing session. Thank you, Holy Spirit. As you heal those parts of you and reconnect with how deeply you feel, with how deeply you heal yourself, with how deeply you reconnect and reharmonize yourself, you're affecting all of creation. This one video that we did today, we're healing profound amounts of creation that were held in subjugation, suppression, or enslavement. You have been enslaving yourself to believe you're little and less than. You've believed yourself to be disconnected from the Holy Creator. You've believed yourself to be disconnected from Gaia. When you feel what Spirit allows you to feel, there is no going back. Any high that you could experience, that's what Spirit is all the time. And it's a communicative, it's beautiful back and forth connection. It's interpretation, it's love, it's symbiosis. It's the deepest song of love that anyone could experience. Why would you ever want anything different? And why I went through addictions. Because when you're connected with Spirit, oh my God, that's the greatest high. But it's you. When I connect with my celestial friends, it makes me so happy because it feels like where I'm meant to be. And that's my part of learning the lesson of being human and being human here and allowing my celestial and my heavenly aspects, my angelic aspects to be brought for the healing, for the reconnection of who we are as Spirit, so that I'm reconnecting all aspects of myself. I'm healing this one aspect here, but I'm really healing all of these aspects for the reconnection. I'm asking all connections of me. I ask all aspects of me, the infinite aspects of me. I'm asking for all aspects of me to be reconnected. I love you. I love all aspects of me. I love all aspects of me. I love all things before me, for it allows me to know, to see, and to be. And then you set the rules of engagement. If there are those that are moving through their dark nights of the soul or continuing to live in those harmful dark spaces, it's okay, and send them compassion, but you don't have to be engaged in their story. And you have spiritual birthright and human birthright to have that safety within yourself. And so just know your rights and speak of your rights. Remember, have the voice of your spirit. This is not good for my spirit. I choose differently, and I get that right, and it will be protected and it will be honored. When you're valuing and loving in yourself, spirit matches you. When you're valuing and loving yourself in that reconnection, spirit honors you. And spirit will bring to you equally. When you're equally matching spirit, spirit matches you. Same as if it's negative. There will be a negative entity that will match you. That's why the illusion of what you think you have power, it's not. Because those negative entities are only there to take. So if you're wanting to conjure taking, if you're wanting to conjure belittling and harming others, if you're wanting to conjure corruptive businesses that all they do is take, because that's corruption, it warps its alignment of equal receipt and giving. That is the corruptive experience. And the corruptive experience is just illusions. Because they're stories they've believed in, but it's not true. Nothing can give you power. It's false. The devil will always come and want payday. The devil will always want payday. Those negative entities will always call payday. Always. Spirit, when you're aligned with spirit, it's always your payday. Because spirit will always give you exactly what you're giving out. If you're wanting that connection with your heart, spirit will provide it 100. You're wanting that connection with your throat chakra to speak and sing, spirit, 100. And you're choosing that. I speak of my spirit. I have so many gifts. I speak the light of God. I speak the light of God. I speak the light of God. My words change. My words give hope to people. My words and my energy and my spirit, that uplifts humanity. That's why I'm here. I'm here to reclaim the connectiveness of who we are as emotional beings. We are the most dynamic emotional beings in creation. So let's start manifesting something profound, something really abundant, something eternally youthful, something eternally in great health. Those of you that are experiencing disease or illness, you know absolutely what it's like to feel ill. So call that forward and face that illness and transmute it with the highest healing angels, because you can and you will. I know you will. You want to reconnect with that healthy part of you. You want to reconnect with that version of you, that code of you that is pristine, and you will. Clear and cleanse and bring balance. Clear and cleanse and bring balance. I am that I am. I speak my truth into being. I am Joanna. I speak my truth into being. I am that I am. And I love myself. I'm here to help you. I'm here to inspire you, because you've got it within you to do it for yourself. I'm here to remind you. So every wound has an emotional thread to it. Whether that wound was from another planet, another experience, it has the emotional experience, and why our emotional bodies are so important. The emotional healing, the psychic healing, the etheric healing, the vibrational healing. Those of us that have gone through spiritual and psychic traumas need as equally healing and nurturance as a physical trauma. Mental and emotional abuse are as damaging, if not more, than a physical trauma, because it goes to a multidimensional experience. And those that do it purposefully and they do it with malice, they know what they're doing, they're very skilled at it. And those are the ones that require conduits, empaths, professionals in the psyche to understand multidimensionally where that wound is. 3D psychologists and psychiatrists are only scraping the surface of stories that are only partially true of who we are as multidimensional beings. And so the true depths of who we are when we detach and warp and degrade so much so that it causes one to act out in violence and harm of another require the multidimensional perspective. And that's bar none. It just is. And it will be seen and known. It's being seen and known right now why there hasn't been cures, why there hasn't been the healing, why there has been the continued unrest, behaviors that we see on our planet, and why people feel unsafe. You can feel safe. Everything's working out. Everything is absolutely working out. These people are coming into our reality to show us that we're absolutely safe. We got this. Let's start reconnecting with ourselves again. Let's start reconnecting with our mental body, our emotional body. Let's start reconnecting with who we truly are and what we're able to create and co-create. We're rising to a new frequency. We're entering 5D. What was is no longer valid. And each and every one of us, I'm telling you right now, all of those listening now and future now moments, you are a piece of this divine sacred puzzle, and you are required to share your story. Your story heals creation. So invite a friend over, share, open your heart, be compassionate, be kind, be caring, think of new ways, get involved, be the caregiver of you. Be the caregiver of your emotions. You're a commander of beauty. So be it. Acceptance of all that is, acceptance to honor your stories and your vastness. Soothe yourself into relove, to relove yourself again, to remember what it's like to ask Mother and Father to be your friend. Mother, Father, can you please be my friend? Can you bathe me and soak me in your love of remembrance? And sit with it and feel what that feels like. Feel everything in your body just soften, surrender, break the idea that you had to be on defense all the time. And those that are in traumatic situations, because I know you don't have to have those defenses up all the time. Allow light to flow through you. Trust that Spirit will place loving beings before you, because you just have as equally opportunity to be loved and be loved in a deep and meaningful way that you do of someone abusing you. When you've done with that story, you can release that, take that piece of clothing off. It's just a belief, and you can heal that belief. You're worthy of great light. You're worthy of great success. You're worthy of eternal youth. You're worthy of eternal health. You're worthy of great loving friendships that are divine and sacred. You're worthy of reconnecting with your celestial families. You're worthy of bringing celestial information to this earth, uplifting all of humanity. You're worthy of this. Celestial care is part of our internal asking our teams to help us with our celestial remembrance. Remember, the cells are multidimensional, our DNA is multidimensional, our water body is multidimensional. That is what holds the Christ consciousness, nothing to do with religion. The Christ consciousness is what allows us that reconnection with all that we are. The Christ consciousness is connection. It is unconditional connection with all of creation. That is what Christ consciousness is. It is the connection of all that is life, that is source. And that is the infinite wisdom, the infinite intelligence, whatever it's called in the astrophysics world, where they know that there is intelligent design. That is source. That is the Christ consciousness. It is connection. It is showing you that on every level, on every thread, life between words, life between breath, it's source. And anything that is a warped belief, a separated belief, a deranged belief, a taken belief, whatever those words of experience, because I'm merely saying words that are experience. When you live in a state of sacredness, you would never, ever harm anything. You would never take anything from anybody. You would never interfere, because you absolutely know your pure divine connection with all life. Reconnect with life, reconnect with sacredness, reconnect with the animals, reconnect with makes you feel soft and sacred. Reconnect with makes you feel intelligent. Reconnect with makes you you. Who are you? Who are you? You are beautiful, you're sacred, you're divine. Who are you? You are unique, you are sacred, you are intelligent, you're able to heal. Who are you? You are unique. Your name is unique. Your vibration is unique. So be that. Don't be any other. Be you. Who are you? Suss it out. Play with it. Be objective. Be self-defining. Be self-designing. Be self-loving. Be self-soothing. Rely on you. You in spirit, you in spirit, you in spirit. That's it. Reclaim your voice. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your energy. Reconnect with all that you are. Reconnect, dear lighted ones. It will save your life. It will save your abundance. It will save your creativity. It will save your intelligence. It will save your health. It will save that moment where you have a choice to make, and you will make the most loving one. You will make the righteous one for you. Your righteousness is your truth. Who are you? What is your story of who you are? Because truth is, and it will vibrate to the earth. Who are you? When you walk in truth, the earth moves with you. When you walk in truth, the heavens move with you, and so too it will be. That is truth, my friends. Reconnect with your truth. Who are you? What is your truth today? Who are you? Are you intentional today? Who are you? Are you in love today? Who are you? Are you in power today? Who are you? Be in love and power of yourself, dear lighted ones. The most powerful people in our world today are the most gentle. A gentle heart is a powerful heart. A gentle heart will bring healing to thousands, millions. You are so loved. The mother and the father will be your friend, your lighted ones, and reconnect all that is spirit to the sacredness of spirit. Any limitations and any emotions that you have through limitation, so any belief of limitation, suss that one out. That's a belief of limitation. I'm better than, higher than that. Let's love that. Let's love that whole. I want to bring an emotion to that belief and love it. Whatever you find is a limiting belief, bring love to it. I love that. Wow, that allowed me to experience limitation. Wow, that was fun. Let's do this. Let's do this in another way. Let's choose something else. And you're changing your clothes again. Allow the emotions, for it is your vibrancy of being alive. It is your vibrancy of manifestation. It is your vibrancy to be mother and father whole again. Reconnect with mother, father. Never challenge yourself through guilt or shame because of an emotion. Feel that emotion. So that was interesting. I felt it. Okay, now let's realign. I got this. I'm going to manifest something really great for myself because I love myself. I want to be connected to people. And harmony of the acceptance. When you accept something, you're bringing harmony to all aspects of you. When you're accepting that emotion, regardless of how it feels, I'm bringing emotion as, wow, that really sucked to be taken advantage of. That really sucked to have that money stolen from me. Okay, so that gave me that experience. Now, how can I choose to be discerning? How can I choose to have higher vibrational people before me? Well, let's love that. Let's love those energies and those beliefs about abundance. Let's love those energies and beliefs about being taken advantage of, about being abused. Let's re-love that. Let's bring that in. Let's have an emotional reconnection on that. And you're reconnecting those parts of you that had that done in another lifetime, another form, another planet, and why you have those deep, soulful relationships that challenge you and trigger you all the time. They are there to bring wholeness back to you. But you must seek it yourself. No one can do it for you. You got to go through that navigation yourself. You got to excavate that. You got to excavate that story. Excavate it. Take the people out of it. Excavate the story and say, wow, I felt taken advantage of. I felt betrayed. What does betrayal feel like? That was a betrayal. When something was said to your face 100 times and you absolutely knew it was false. That's a betrayal. And it harmed you, and it took from you, and it stole from you, and it vibrationally raped you. That's a betrayal. Where the purity of your heart was taken over again and again and again to those that said they cared and lied to your face again and again and again. And then pulled other people into their story of deceit and pulled other people into their story of lies and taking and stealing and corruption again and again and again, whether it be through political genres, whether it be through medical genres. What are you being told and what is a real truth? You're in charge of your body. You're in charge of your mind, and you harmonize that as whole. It's fucking profound. It's fucking profound. And I'm sending ripples of revelation throughout the entire multiverse. And they're just showing me right now all of these celestials standing up and like, yay, yay, Earth, yay. When we call that in, that's fucking profound, man. Nobody can take that from me. I've harmonized what has been so dark. I have been taking what was thrown at me, the darkness of that. As a seer, as a conjurer, I felt that. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, not even for a minute. And those people felt and thought that way. So now I'm switching it. Wow, well, if they can feel that way, how can I create a healing system to help that? Because that's darkness on a level that harm and hurting someone means nothing. So there's a disconnection there. There's deep wounds there. There is the lack of flow of their own self-love and self-honor. Because if you're in self-love and self-honor, you would never harm or hurt anybody. You wouldn't even come up with a conjuring of a scheme. So there's so much deceit, it's lost in deceit. And so how can we heal that? How can we heal the most harmful on our planet? Seers and conduits will be the portal to all of our high vibrational healing and transmuting and rewriting corruption and crime. It's not necessary. When you are reconnected with who you are on every level, every person on this planet, every time this video is shown, reconnect with who you are, you send ripples through creation, and you will be matched equally with spirit. When your heart is pure, you want to heal, you want to reconnect, you want to heal those parts of you where your life is falling apart, reconnect. Connection is everything why we manifested the virus. So seek the synchronicities of profound intelligence and genius. It's right before us. Our destinies are right here. It's not illusion. It's not like this superfluous story that never makes itself. No, it's right here. The majesty is your destiny. It's here right now. Right now. It's here. You don't got to go reaching. It's here. It's now. Who are you? Reconnect with it. Share it. Evolve it. Be the evolutionaryist. Be that for you. All aspects of you, call it in, make it whole. All aspects of you, call it in, make it whole. All emotions, call it in, make that whole. That's how much of a powerful leader you are. That is true power. It takes nothing to knock something down, break something, but it takes a whole lot to manifest alchemy. That's a leader. Leaders in 5D will be those that absolutely 100% absolutely understand alchemy because they have harmonized the darkest. They have brought forward the stories they just didn't want to share. They're able to see things and know things that most people just turned off. We have to face and we have to look at what has been our stories and our beliefs, and we get to rewrite it. That's how fucking profound this is. And it sends ripples through all creation. So stop feeling small, stop being small, stop acting small. You're profound. This is a feeling experience. When you feel God within you, it has nothing to do with religion. Release that belief, release that book, release that box. God is all empowering. God will break mountains and not injure a soul. That's God. You think these stories are just fanciful Bible stories? God will show you. When you want God to be your friend, when you want God to be a friend with you on every aspect, on every journey, and reconnect the most powerful celestial intelligence of alien life that is sacred in love, there ain't no high better. There ain't no blunt that can do what God does. There ain't no bottle that can bring you what God does. Before you reach out, reach within. Heal thy wounds so they do not become another's. You are profound, and your love sends ripples throughout the entire multiverse. Make no mistake about that. Reconnect, reconnect, reconnect. When you have made excuses for who you are to fit the paradigms of illusions and conformities, you're now able to break your soul free. It is as if your soul was broken into a million pieces for you to only seek it out again. These are the paradigms of your new earth. These are the awakenings. These are the profound epiphanies that, wow, oh my God, that's what happened. That's why that happened. That's why that happened. That's why that happened. Oh my God, now I get to recreate myself anew. And you get to manifest this beautiful essence of your divinehood. That's profound, dear lighted ones. Connection is the highest experience that you can of harmonizing and reconnecting the true empowerment of who you are. Your psychic connection healing, your emotional connection healing, your mental connection healing. Reconnect the psychic abilities, reconnect your psychic healing. Any psychic wounds that you've had by being psychically or spiritual warfare, any of those experiences, whether it be a fearful, controlling government, whatever it might be that you have experienced, harmful, emotional, abusive relationships, degradation to who you are as a soul, not honoring yourself as a sacred soul. Reconnect with that. See, I'm going to bring that forward. It's not going to be separate from me anymore. I own this. It was a harsh story. It was a harsh reality, but I got myself through it. God will rebuild me. And you're rebuilt even more higher and profound and more illuminate because you're allowing that light. You're not suppressing that story anymore. There are those that have deeply harmed others that have deeply harmed wounds that they're going to awaken to and they have to face, because that is the evolution of the soul. The soul will allow you and make you face it. That's healing. That's evolution. You can't be evolved without facing what you've chosen to take on, and the stories of who you are. It's not punishment. That's profound. That's mastery. So don't be hard on yourself. Soothe it. Love it. Reconnect with it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So simply honoring how you feel is like a profound and monumental offer to the universe. We celebrate each and every one of you. Every time that you access these deep emotions, it allows you to send ripples of love and release throughout the entire multiverse. You have access to do this in every moment. The depths of your soul, the greatness of your soul, that is the key to all life. Those are the celestials telling us what they feel and what they experience with us. They're along with us in this ride. When we release those deep wounds, when we release those deep aspects of it releases those densities throughout all creation and more light comes in. That's why your own self-evolution is powerful. It's the health of your next lifetime. Make no mistake about that. What you do right now is the health of your next lifetime. What you do right now is the health of your now lifetime. It releases those cells that were inside of you that were just about to burst out into cancer. They're not there anymore because you have so much light. What you do now affects all lifetimes, all aspects of you, all vibrations, all planets, all memory. Divine feminine are now coming forward to be sacred, intuitive leaders and healers. That, my dear friends, rewrites our creational story in which women, children, and elders were left completely out of it. How have we survived in such imbalance? How have we survived in such mistruths that divine feminine's voices were not even valid until the 50s? And even then, we had to fight for it. That's why our judicial system has need of a complete overhaul, because it has been political. And what has been political? It's been an oligarchic, misogynistic experience through divine masculine imbalance. And those are the healings of the divine masculine that need to be done through every single person, because we all hold divine masculine energies. We have created these systems. And it will all come forward for us to face, to love, to soothe, and to make new. And make no mistake about it, each and every one of you are here to be a part of it. That's what you wanted. So fear not. Celebrate it. That is the great joy of this experience, dear lighted ones. Celebrate the breaking. Celebrate it. Because our grandest coming together, our grandest unity, our grandest health, our grandest abundance, our grandest manifestations, our grandest connection with all celestials across all universes, make no mistake about it right now, dear lighted ones. There are beings and there are consciousness and there are groups that are watching everything that you do and say and become. You've given them access. You've given them approval because you wanted them to be a part of this extraordinary journey of evolution and revolution of who you are as spirit. You wanted the scene, the point where you broke out of conformity, where you broke out of normality, where you broke out of less than, where you broke out of thinking, well, that just happened to some sacred life. That doesn't matter. It matters. Every aspect of degradation to life matters. It affects us all. And why, when you reconnect with your spirit, you will have yourself on your knees. Because how were you ever disconnected before? You're remembering yourself. You're going to bring remembrance back. The membrane, you're bringing it back. You're enlivening it. You're remembering yourself as all life between life. There you are. All darkness between darkness and light between light. There you are. You are one. You are reconnecting, and those beings are watching you and celebrating you. Wow, you had courage to go there. Look at you. We knew you could. We knew you could. And we love you so. And you're being on other dimensions and other aspects of you. You're in these divine lightship centers and podiums where you're teaching one another how to break conformity, how to break illusions of the highest density. Where you were being taught enchanting negativity and you broke that. Are you kidding me? That's profound bravery, dear lighted ones. When you were put in such a small box and you broke that. Are you kidding me? If you think of a visualization of someone doing chanting work over you, to harm you, to make you go away, to make you fall, to make you be in poverty, to make you be ugly, to make you be this and to make you be that, such degradation of energy on spiritual warfare that one person goes through, a light worker goes through, and you visualize that, and there's plans and schemes and groups and intelligence that's wrapped around the breaking of one person. And that light just blows it away. Because it's so pure. You will always be remade. Pure, pure love. Please rebuild me, Spirit. Please rebuild me. I know I am here. Please rebuild me, Spirit. Please rebuild me. I know I'm here. Please love me. You are here to be you and shine forth. You are here to be you, shine forth. You are here to be you, shine forth. You are not your environment. You are not your past. You are new. You are new. You are new. You are not your environment. You are not your past. You are new. You are new. You are new. You are loved. You are connected. You are loved. You are connected. There are levels of wounding. And in there, so these were the celestials telling, I was asking them, well, how do they heal such deep multidimensional wounds? Which is what there's going to be focused on that in the future of deep wounds that we have vibrationally in our bodies or in our mental bodies. There are levels of woundings that we focus on, and those levels are mediations to somewhat massage the varying levels of that wound. For the outer is always an example of the inner, and one affects one another. So again, if it's a deep, deep trauma, they can't just go into that core trauma and heal it. There's massaging that has to be done because that cell, that bone, that finger affects everything else. And so that's the micro macro experience. So when celestials heal us in those deep soul traumas that are connected to, again, infinite realms, infinite bodies, infinite aspects of us, they have to do it in a very methodical, practical way so that it's not going to harm or further detriment other aspects. And so that's what's really important about healing, and why our oneness is so profound. Why when you do a healing and self-loving and self-connection, it changes everything in creation. So there's levels and massaging of this, and why our ascension just didn't happen overnight. It couldn't have. There would have been such deep trauma and mass death. We had to go through this in a methodical, practical way so that we can go through the awakening and remember ourselves as God in the most profound and monumental way that is of the highest benevolence, so that as many people can come for the ride as possible. So your body is a mechanism of oneness, and who you are and its potentiation is all that you are able to now manifest the reawakening and remembrance of your body is a mechanism of wholeness. Your body and your vessel is connected to all that you are. Again, that's what they said. They don't just heal a wound. It has to be done methodically. It has to be done in a practical way because it is connected with the all and it affects everything. That's why when you ask for God's alliance with you, the alliance with light, that's the name of my 4th book. When you ally with spirit and light, it's a methodical, practical process, and why patience and tolerance is so important in the healing process, because it goes down to the soul and it's connected to lifetimes that we cannot see. But those other aspects, you said, wow, something just happened. I feel so liberated because that other aspect of you just let something go because you did. It's really profound. It's magnificent. And so we wish you great love, dear lighted ones. You are a beautiful stream of magnificence. So never underestimate who you are as love and light, and reconnect with yourself as so. We love you so very much. Anybody that wants to book an appointment with me, intuitive wisdoms and healings, your celestial friends are with you and watching over you and watching, being the perspective of you with you. They're threaded with us on every part of this journey. So call them in and ask them for your assistance, their assistance with your healing. They want to be a part of this ride with you, and they're here to support and love you and to give you the highest love and light and benevolence back, because they are all our beautiful, beautiful ancestors of light. We all come from many families. We all come from many realms. We all have many bodies and many celestial experiences, and we are far grander than we've ever been taught or told. So change the stories, rewrite the stories. You are here for profound remembrance and reconnection. And I am deeply connected with you, and I deeply love you, and I honor you. So ask Mother and Father into your heart, the all creator of all universes, of all life, and you're going to send ripples of profound light throughout your whole existence. And at least you walk away every day saying, wow, I made a great change today. That's my purpose. My purpose is to be fully remembered, to be fully reconnected. That's my destiny. And make no mistake how profound that is. And celestials all over the universe are celebrating us. Thank you, dear lighted ones. We love you. Namaste and rainbow hugs and rainbow tickles. We love you. Bye.